Chapter 1, The Remark. It started like any other day in room 3B of Crestwood High. Mr. Davis's history class was halfway through a lecture on the Renaissance when James, lounging in the back with his usual smug grin, leaned toward his buddies and muttered, "Women weren't that important back then anyway." The snickers from his corner were expected, but across the room, Annalise paused mid-note. She didn't turn around. Not yet. She didn't need to. Her pen tapped once, hard, against the edge of her notebook. When the bell rang and the classroom emptied out, James was halfway to the door before a firm grip caught his wrist. "We need to talk," Annalise said coolly, shutting the door behind them with a click that echoed a little too loudly. James raised an eyebrow. "What, you gonna give me a feminist lecture?" Annalise stepped forward, her eyes bright and steady. "No, I'm going to give you perspective." She murmured something under her breath, foreign words that shimmered in the air like gold dust. James blinked as light swirled around him, warm and electric. His smirk vanished. "What the?" He yelped, grabbing at his chest, which was now pushing outward. His voice cracked, rising in pitch. He shrank slightly, waist pulling in, hips widening, skin smoothing. Panic spread across his face as his boyish clothes hung awkwardly on a suddenly curvier body. When the glow faded, James staggered back, gasping. Annalise tilted her head with a satisfied smile. "Wow, you're actually really pretty." James clutched the sides of the oversized shirt. "What the hell did you do to me?" "I think Annie suits you better," she said sweetly. "And I think it's time you learned what life feels like on the other side." Chapter 2. The Mirror Doesn't Lie. Annie, she didn't know what else to call herself, stood trembling. Everything about her body felt unfamiliar. Her voice was higher, breathier. Her center of gravity had shifted. She could feel her long hair brushing her shoulders, the air on her thighs. She caught sight of the mirror on the back wall and hesitated. Slowly, she turned toward it. Her reflection stared back, heart-shaped face, large eyes, delicate lips, and a clearly feminine silhouette poorly hidden beneath baggy clothes. Her shirt clung awkwardly to two obvious curves pressing against it. Annie's hands shot up, then fell away, helpless. She tried to speak, but only managed to whisper, "This can't be real." "Oh, it's real," Annalise said gently from behind her. "But I haven't even gotten to the fun part yet." Annie turned, eyes wide. "What else could you possibly do to me?" Annalise opened her bag with a grin. Outfit change. Chapter 3, A Lesson in Lace. "You brought that with you?" Annie exclaimed. Laid out on the desk now was a complete Crestwood girl's uniform, and more. Annalise lifted each piece with theatrical delight. "First, your bra. Soft lace, pink, practical and adorable." Annie gawked, completely red. "These," Annalise continued, "are your matching panties. Frilly, yes, but full coverage. We're keeping things tasteful. You're out of your mind." "You're out of your body," Annalise countered, folding the underwear and setting it aside. "Next, your skirt, standard issue. Pleated dark navy, just above the knee. And this blouse, cute, collared, and flattering. You're going to look so put together." Finally, she held up the black loafers. "One size smaller than yours used to be. And yes, I brought socks." Annie stared at the growing pile like it was a bomb about to go off. "I can't wear that. No way." "You will," Annalise said, gently. "You're not a boy right now. And if you're going to learn what we live with, you'll do it right." Chapter 4. Into her shoes, Annalise helped her undress, piece by piece. She was gentle, never mocking, but firm. The bra came first. Annie flinched at the strange snugness as it cupped her chest. Next, the panties. She turned away, trembling as she stepped out of her boxers and into the soft, form-fitting underwear. Annalise helped her into the skirt and blouse. Everything felt tight, too real, too exposed. When the loafers were finally on her feet, Annie stood up slowly, unsure if her knees would hold. Then she turned to the mirror again. The girl staring back was pretty, unmistakably. "Is that really me?" she asked softly. "Every inch," Annalise replied with a gentle nod. Just then, the classroom door opened. 3 girls stepped in, Annalise's friends. They froze. Then they smiled. "So, that's Annie?" One of them cooed. "She's adorable," another added. "Look at that blush," the third giggled. Annie stumbled back, eyes wide. Annalise leaned in with a knowing smile. Welcome to the other side, Annie.
You can shake it anyway. Oh, don't push back.